Hey guys, today let's learn about physics. What is physics, you may ask? Physics is the study of matter that goes to energy for it. For it, we'll learn about gravity, magnets, light, heat and energy, buoyancy, friction, simple machines, and much more. Wow, that's so great. By the way, meet our new train, R22. We call Rebecca. When she gets scared, she closes those eyes. Can you please show her when it was so cool? Of course, I'm going to show Rebecca about all those things. Unfortunately, the blockchain reaction is not finished yet. So I'll show you using the small test activities. Don't worry, Rebecca. The red block fell because of the force called gravity. Gravity is the first one. Everything goes to ground. Without gravity, there wouldn't be life on Earth. Everything would fly up to space. Gravity is a police car when you throws onto the air, instead of just traveling higher and higher. Next, let's look to magnets. A magnet is a rock or piece of metal that can pull certain types of metal toward itself. Magnets can pull things like paper, plastic, glass, or cloth. Only things that are made of iron or that contain iron. Look, James's magnet has attached to Duncan's magnet. It's because the magnet is made of metal. And a police car didn't have a magnet because he's made out of plastic. Here we also study about light. Light is a heat of energy made of photons. Depending on the light that it contacts with, light will behave differently. Light can transparent objects such as glass or water. Opaque objects block light, like this wooden frame. Translucent objects allow sunlight to travel through. If light gets blocked by an opaque object, it creates a shadow. Come on, Rebecca. The chain reaction block is not working yet. Then, let's also study about heat and energy. Heat is to transfer energy about something that types fluid. Matter can change stage based on the heat and temperature. For example, if water gets cold and its molecules are moving slowly, it'll be a solid state if we all know as ice. If it warms up, the ice will melt and the water becomes a liquid. If we heat water even more, it'll turn into gas called steam. And it's not just water. The solid piece of metal will be turned into a liquid state that will be given a lot of heat. Speaking of liquids, let's take a look at buoyancy. In physics, buoyancy has the object rise or move upward. Why do some objects sink and some float? Objects that float, that everything has been pushed aside. Being a heavy load object doesn't mean it will always sink. Look, I have Belle and a mini car. Belle is heavier than the car. Let's see if which one will sink and which one will float. Belle floats because it has a greater volume of air than the car, even though it's heavier. We have two more stations now. Let's look at friction. Friction is the resistance when friction rubs against another. Different types of things get the friction. Now let's test it ourselves. Accelerate trains and try to stop really fast on this concrete surface. Wow, the concrete surface helps me stop very quickly. Now try on ice. Oh, slippery. Ice is very low friction. It takes me so much longer to stop. And the last station would be simple machines. Simple machines can use everything for it. That everything gets that work. We include the lever, the wheel and axle. For instance, if we use a boat, we can create a boat that we can bring a heavy load. Pulley, inclined plane, wedge, and screw. Where did Rebecca go? Rebecca, where are you? Oh no! Rebecca's inside the chain reaction machine and is activated. Let's use physics to help Rebecca. Rebecca's going down the hill because of friction. And now Rebecca's going through tracks from different. And is going through things made of different. The first thing, it's opaque. It doesn't let light through. The second is made of translucent. This wall is made of translucent. Some light gets absorbed and some goes through. The window is made of clear glass. All the light travels through. Rebecca fell because of gravity. Rebecca sank because she's much denser than water. But without a tender, Rebecca couldn't gain more speed because she's much denser than water. On the other hand, those blocks are floating because of low density. The hand picked up Rebecca and is carrying even a hot water. When it's so hot, it turns to steam. Be careful, Rebecca. Never touch hot water. And now, this is the final part of the chain reaction. Simple machines. They include the lever, the wheel and axle. For instance, if we use wheels and axles, we can create a wagon. You did it, Rebecca. Thanks for learning with us.